He mentioned about a point. I mean, about campaign fund, and I think I will not. I mean, dignify that.
The Nigerian one.
Yeah, I will not want to.
Have you seen it?
I will not want. I mean, the funding strategy the vice president is embarking, and some of them are going to be unveiled in the coming few days, are going to be public knowledge. The vice president understands the laws of this country. These are the very people.
I'm asking if you've seen that tweet.
That tweet, I've not even seen. I'm saying that it is something which should just be jettisoned. We shouldn't even contemplate it. These are the same people who were everywhere. Give it media, but the vice president is holding, a citizenship of British passport, or is a citizen of the Great Britain. I mean, they gave it so much currency, but asking the vice president to come and respond when it was a farce, nothing to do about nothing. Okay, so we don't even have to tolerate such distractions. We don't have to tolerate such.
But Doc, a minute. The guy who tweeted is very well known, and I'll be surprised if you don't know him because you're very active and you're a politician, so you know him. Even if you've not known him for a long time, during these Nigerian elections, you would have known him. He links the vice president to a largely tribal and religious group. For me, it's not even the funding part. He's raised the funding part in terms of what the law says. But he's linking the vice president to this. You think that is an issue that should be dismissed?
What hasn't the vice president been linked to in an attempt to, poo-poo his president? What hasn't been linked to?
No, I'm saying that I am surprised that you say that it should be jettisoned. It doesn't require a response.
It doesn't require a response because the vice president has been linked to everything to the extent that it serves the purpose of the opposition.
But this wasn't published by the opposition.
I'm saying that it has been linked to everything to the extent that it serves the purpose of the opposition. That's what I'm saying, that we should not even give it the oxygen. For me, it is a waste of precious time. I'll just give it.
Are you rebutting it, or you are saying that we shouldn't?
I'm saying that there is no iota of truth.
Yeah, that's all.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm just saying that that palpable falsehood and lies being peddled out there should not even be giving space, the oxygen to flourish. That's the point I'm making. And so when we are having serious issues of this nature, we will expect that those externalities, those kind of trying to just get everything and hang it on the vice president.
No, I don't know why, but look, from maybe a comms point of view, I disagree with you. Because if a person, you are very active on social media, Gideon is active, many other people in your office are active. This person is known. He has a huge following. He's been one of the voices and faces in a just ended Nigerian election. He has made these serious allegations against the vice president. I'm not saying the vice president by himself should respond. But you, as a known person who works there, once you see it, with the same vehemence that you've made me push you for 3 minutes before you said it, you could have just simply tweeted to say that, hey, this is not true, or go on his tweet and to put it out there.
You see,
I think that's how you deal with these issues.
No, I agree with you that communication should be proactive, especially so when scurrilous allegations are made against you or a person who you represent. But most of the considered opinion that it's not every allegation that you go after in this politics. It's not after every allegation. That you'll be chasing everything. So, if you realize there will be some raging issue, the vice president would ignore it. Until, his own supporters, people feel, okay, this is not true, but because it's been pushed for some time, just issue something to that effect. Because the vice president is focused, and he will not be distracted by the antics of our politics. And sometimes we disregard most of these things because even when the issue of his nationality came up, my point was that, look, the people who, with straight face, told the lies on national television, we should rather consider a swift action against them as a way. But one way other people look at the vice president will consider as someone who is not tolerant to criticisms. So on the back of that, people will not also support that. So that's why I don't think that that gentleman's tweet should be given the needed attention it so deserves.
Andy, the late Professor Awuno said that politics is a deep river. And so there are opaque sides that many people are not aware of. Judging from his response to the issue I raised about the Nigerian journalist tweet, it's obvious that genuinely he may not be aware. So that you can grant him. And indeed, we all work for people. So you know that at some level, there are matters, some matters that you may not be privy to. But what this gentleman has tweeted cannot be swept under the carpet on the basis of the flippancy that my brother here is displaying. This is a credible journalist in Nigeria with hundreds of thousands of followers on social media who has tweeted that an ethnic-based religious or Islamic grouping in Nigeria is seeking to spread its influence both in Nigeria and across West Africa, and are funding what he describes as a Muslim candidate, Bawumia, in Ghana's 2024 election. Right? He tweeted this at 3:13 p.m. 2 days ago, 16 July. And it generated a long chain of conversation on his Twitter handle. And my brother says we should dismiss it and treat it offhandedly. If you don't know, you do not know. That one you can be granted. But any serious campaign, any serious vice presidential outfit, in fact, the country's security agencies, if they were working properly as they should, will look into this matter. Because there are two strands. There is the issue of the breaking of Ghanaian law, which does not permit foreign or external entities to interfere financially in the elections of this country. And then there's the issue that you raised about the ethnic and religious posturing of that group and what it could do to our own internal affairs. These are important matters that no serious vice presidential outfit will dismiss as flippantly as my brother is doing. This is not a tweet made by an NDC person. In any event, even if an NDC person raised it, who says that merely because an NDC person has raised it, it should not be looked into? You cannot operate like that. You see, and that is one of the things that Bawumia thinks he can get away with. He likes to play the ostrich. When there are important matters, and you know that till date, he has not spoken about what is perhaps the biggest expropriation of the resources of the people of this country, that is the debt exchange. He has not spoken about it. Something as serious as that. He thinks that if he goes to speak about it, we will come and criticize him, so he is hiding. But he will not be allowed to hide over a matter like this one. And it's just as well that his party is in power, and they have never been serious about looking into anything. Otherwise, there is no matter that you let go. By now, people will be all over him. Imagine that the US, you know what they are putting the US president through. What they constantly say about his relationship with some Ukrainian businessmen before he became president, and how his son has been under intense scrutiny for what he is alleged to have done prior to his father coming to office. So, my brother, this your attempt to dismiss this matter will not die. In any event, you don't have a monopoly. You do not have a monopoly over the conversation. So we will continue to probe the matter. Right?